yours, Kaszazz, and today we're stepping us away from the cards for a little bit and we're going to have a look at one of the tools that we sell, and it's called the brayer. I've had a special request for this video because I've had someone who has one of these at home and doesn't know what to do with it. So we're going to have a bit of a play today and use it on some different mediums and some different tools that go with it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So this is the brayer, like I said, it's a hard roller. So you can get some that are soft, but this one's a hard plastic. So really easy to use, really easy to clean, and you can make some mess with it, which makes it really fun. So I'm just gonna go through some of the stuff with you today. So we're gonna use it with an ink pad, and we're gonna use it with paint, and we're gonna use it with gel plates, stamps, and stencils. So bear with me, and yeah, hopefully you can get something out of today's video. So I'm going to start with the card, and I'm just going to do a really simple background. Obviously the more that you roll it, the more that it will cover. This is using just distress ink and the roller. So I'm going to get my distress ink pad, and I'm simply going to roll the ink all over the pad, all over the brayer, and make sure that my brayer is really covered. Now, if you're wanting the patchy effect, then make sure that it's not covered, but I want as smooth as I can get using the ink. Now with the brayer, it means that you're going to have light and smooth patches, so you're just going to use your roller and you're just simply going to roll across your paper. Reapplying ink as you need to. And I'll show you what happens when you just put it in one spot. I'm just going to ink just that spot there rather than rolling it across, and you're going to get stages on your paper. So as we roll, you're going to get the line. You can see the difference there between those two effects. So that's using just the ink and the roller. Okay, so now we're going to use the cardstock again, but this time we're going to use some paint. So I've just got two colours today. I'm going to start by using the purple. So I'm just going to put a little bit of paint onto my non-stick craft mat. And then I'm going to, again, so you can see that, just roll my brayer through the paint until my brayer is covered. And again, I'm just going to roll that straight over my card. And this gives you a really smooth background. Just a little bit more there. So you have a really nice, smooth background. Great if you had a blue and you could use it as like a snow scene or something like that. Okay. So we're going to use the card again, but this time we're going to use the paint, and we're going to use we're going to do masking technique as well, just for something different. So I've got my bit of card here. I have my paint on my mat already, although I will put some more on there. And we're just going to keep on using purple so I don't have to clean it for the moment. Now I've cut out some words, so this says thank you. I'm just going to put that on the page like that. And I'm also going to grab some old washi tape, and I'm just going to put some washi tape on the card as well. And wherever we put the tape or the words, obviously that's where our paint won't go. So again, I'm going to make sure that my brayer is completely covered in paint, and I'm just going to roll that on. Should have stuck the thank you's not working because I haven't stuck it, but that's okay. We'll just use the washi tape instead. So again, you just want to cover that card. And then when I pull off the washi tape, that's now going to stick just because I'm filming. Remember that if you have paint on your fingers, watch where you put your fingers. So there we have, my card's ripped a little bit because I was rushing it. We have the brayer and the masking technique. So I'm going to just wipe down my brayer. This time we're going to, just going to add some paint to my gel pad. Now you can use gel pads on your canvas, on your journal, or onto cardstock. I'm just going to use it onto cardstock because I have another piece sitting here ready to be used. So you want to apply some paint. Obviously keeping your mat clean if you don't want the colour to go everywhere. And then I'm going to grab my stencil, place it onto my gel pad, and I'm going to put some pressure onto the gel pad with the brayer. Now, as you can see, I've also picked up the pattern from the stencil through the paint as well. So I'm just going to roll that onto my cardstock because while I have the paint, we're going to make use of everything. So I'm just going to roll that straight onto my other paper. And you have your stencil through there. Now with my stencil, I'm just going to get my journal page, bear with me. Alright, so I've got my card, got my stencil where the paint is, I'm putting paint down, and again I'm just going to roll that through. Lift my stencil, and we have our painted pattern onto our cardstock. With my gel plate, I'm just going to put that onto my journal. Push down. Again, if you want to, you can use your brayer. The brayer will, as you can see, squish it because you're adding more force. So you can just put your stencil through that again. And you'll get a little bit more of a defined mark through there. While I have my journal out, I'm going to show you how to make a background. So I'm going to put some more purple on my sheet, and I'm going to put some more orange on my sheet. I'm going to start with the orange, and I'm going to cover my brayer with paint. And I'm simply just going to roll onto my journal in different directions until I'm happy. If you roll back and forth, you will get that darker line. So there you have that. And with the purple, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit on, and I'm just going to flick the roller this time instead of rolling it. So I'm just going to flick and flick. Flick. Making sure that you change directions every time you go. See that? And because we flicked and not rolled, you'll see the ridges in the paint this time. The less paint you put on, the smaller the dots. So here's one that I did earlier. So the circles are from the dots, and then I've used the stencil on top as well to create that background. And the other thing that you can do is you can use it with your stamps. So I'm just going to use what I've got in front of me. I've got paint with the orange. So I'm going to use the card that I did before. I'm going to paint my stamp. You can paint your stamps, but make sure you wash your stamps straight away, because you won't be able to clean your stamps if the paint dries on them. Okay. So I've got paint on my stamp. I'm going to apply it to my card, and I'm going to use the brayer to apply different pressure to the ends as to the middle. So in the middle, I'm just going to use my fingers, and on the ends, I'm going to use a brayer. Now what that's going to do is that's going to give me stronger image on the edge as to the middle. So we can do that one. So lots of different ways to use your brayer, but essentially it's to apply pressure to anything that you're using in order to help you get that image. So I have rushed through some of these today just to make the video not so long for you. But hopefully you'll now be able to use your brayer, and you can purchase this from our web store as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy and have some fun. Bye.